everybody, welcome to the watch party this morning. You are going to like where we're going this morning. I'm already in the car, so let's buckle up and let's go. Well, that was a quick trip.
Hey, I'm Michael. I'm a paramedic firefighter. I've worked here for 16 years. This is one of my partners. He and I are actually riding today. This is Bradley Bolton. He's one of our firefighters, EMTs here. This is Carrie. She's our secretary. So if you come to the fire department, you've got a question about something, she's the face of the fire department, I guess you could say. She's the first person that you'll see when you walk in. This is Skipper. He's one of our firefighters, EMTs. You can follow me and Bradley. We'll take you through the station. We'll show you what the fire department's like, what we have, and then we'll move out to the truck. You want to go to the kitchen first? Sure. So we got the walk room? Yep. So right here we have a, this is our room where, so when we go on calls, we have to do, every time we make a contact with a patient, we have paperwork that we have to do. So we've got 2 computers in here so we can do all of our paperwork. This television right here, because the city is so large, when you call 911 and they put it into the system, there's going to be a little dot that'll pop up wherever that call actually is. And we can look at it as a reference in case something slips our mind, as far as we might have a street name that slips our mind that we don't remember. We can look at it and say, oh yeah, that's where it is. But that's what we use this room for. And we do a little bit of studying. That's one thing that we have to do, is we do a lot of continuing education. If this right here, this is our kitchen. So it's a little loud in here, but when we come to work, we're here for 24 hours and we go home, and most of us go to other jobs, but we're here for 24 hours at a time. So of course we have to eat, and this is our kitchen. We usually cook at least 1 meal a day, sometimes twice. But yeah, this is where all the eating is done. And you want to go this way, Bradley? Yeah, we'll go out this way. So this is a slide that we had put in. So like I said, we're here for 24 hours. So within that 24 hours, just like when you're at home, you go to bed at night. Of course, when we go to bed, we have to get up. If a call comes in, we still have to get up and respond to that call. So sometimes we use the slide. It helps us to get from upstairs to downstairs quicker than using the steps. Well, there's a couple of vehicles that's missing right now. One of the vehicles that's missing, there's a Tahoe that sits right here, and this is where our battalion chief rides in. He's the supervisor. If we need help, sometimes he'll show up on calls and say, hey guys, I'm here if you need me. So that's nice to have, because you never know when you're going to have help coming. In this spot right here, we have a rescue truck. What the rescue truck does is it is staffed with a minimum of 1 paramedic, and we go on car wrecks. Pretty much, if you call 911 and you say I'm hurt or I'm sick, that's what the rescue truck does. 14 calls a day is probably what we average. And then over here with Skip, we have our fire engine. They respond to things like certain medical emergencies. If people get into fights and things like that, then they will respond to assist us on rescue. But they also do, of course, house fires, grass fires, anything fire related, and fire alarms and things like that. And I tell you what, we'll go through the equipment. We'll show you inside. So this right here, at this station we have what's called a captain. And the captain will sit in this seat right here, and we have a computer up here that it serves the same purpose as the television. It'll show us what the call is that we're going to. It'll have some random information on it. It has the map on there. And it has all sorts of random information that we might need to know, and we can reference back to that and find out what might be going on with that call. Then back here in the back, this is where the firefighter rides. And we have anywhere from 1 to 2 firefighters, just depending on staffing for that day. But we have 1 to 2 firefighters that ride back here. In the back of the seat is our air pack. And that air pack is what we use for going into house fires or smoky environments. Anything where we need to breathe in clean air. So that's what we use the air packs for. The blue bag is for medical calls. Sometimes both rescue trucks are on calls, and since we're not available to respond, it's just the engine that'll respond till the ambulance gets there. And then here we have every compartment kind of has, or it does have different equipment in it. But this is just some ropes. If we go to a car wreck, we have to clean up after the accident. We don't want glass and stuff like that in the road. So we can use the leaf blower, is what that is essentially, but use the leaf blower to get all the debris out of the road so that it is safe for everybody else to pass and their cars not get damaged. And even though this is a fire truck, we have fire extinguishers. We have just a can of water, cooler with some water to drink, because we do get hot after a house fire and we need water to help cool us off. And then right here, like I said, we go to car wrecks, and if the car is damaged bad enough, we may not necessarily be able to get the doors open or get the patient out. But this compartment right here is all of the equipment that we would need. You got your cutter and your spreader, just whatever we have to do to get the car door open. And this is what we use so that this piece of equipment will work. It's just a generator. And then back here, this is just a compartment with random different length ladders. We have this. If we have to pull a ceiling from where a house had been on fire and burning and we need to get the ceiling down, you can take this, shove it through, and it's got a little hook, and it'll pull the sheetrock or whatever off of the ceiling so that we can get to the fire that's behind it. How many feet of ladder? Do you know, Bradley?
We got a 24 extension, a 14 roof, and a 10-foot attic ladder.
And then right here, all this is this is just different size, different lengths fire hose. This yellow hose right here is what we use for connecting to a fire hydrant on the side of the road if we need more water to put the fire out. And then on this side, oh, you already got it, brother. This compartment here, we have different types of saws for bad weather, for example. If there's a tree in the road, then we have to get the tree out of the road, so we use a chainsaw to cut trees up. Sometimes you may have to cut a metal door or something like that. Right here we have a fan, so if your house catches on fire and you've got smoke or something inside and you need to get all of that out, we take this fan here, crank it, run it wide open, and it blows all of the smoke out. We've got some shovels here. We've got an axe for making entry. If we have to cut a hole in a roof or the side of a house or whatever, this is where we keep all of our axes. Bolt cutters for locks. We have some brooms on here. Like I said, if we go to a car wreck, we have to clean up after the accident, the glass and random debris or whatever. So we use the brooms for cleaning, and so that's what's in that compartment right there. Right here we got some, it's just like the hose on the back of the truck. The only difference is it's much shorter length, so that if we pull up, for example, next to a hydrant and you park really close, then we can take this section and hook the hydrant to the fire truck. So it's the same as what's on the back, it's just in shorter lengths. And then right here, this is our pump panel. So whoever is driving the fire truck that day, if you pull up and your house is burning or whatever, and you've got to get water out of the truck, you've got some knobs and stuff that you have to flip, and then you come back here, and depending on which hose that you want to use, you pull the handle here and it gets water from the truck so that we can put the water on the fire. And then over here, this is, it is an ambulance, but it's our version of a rescue truck here. We do have the capability to transport people to the hospital. For us here at the fire department, we have some things that we have to go by in order to transport on this truck, since we have another service in the county or in the city. But yeah, this is our rescue truck here. This compartment, this is our main compartment that we use. This bag right here, we use for, like, if kids were on a bicycle and you fell off and you got hurt, we have things for scraped knees and whatever injury you might get from playing in the yard. This right here, this is our monitor. We use that for, we can put some little stickers on your chest and we can look at your heart, and it gives us an idea of what's going on with your heart and if there's anything that we can do to fix it. If you're really, really sick, we have this bag here that's got a lot of different random medications that we can get out of here. And depending on what's wrong with you, we pick the medication we need, and hopefully that'll get you to feeling better. And then this big bag here, this is another one of our bags that we primarily use if somebody just generally, they don't feel good. We have things in there to, if you've got a headache or something like that, that we can hopefully try to make you feel better. You know, sometimes we have equipment in here and it doesn't necessarily, it may not be the best equipment to use, but sometimes you just have to kind of use your imagination and think about, well, how can I use this to make it work for this situation? So sometimes you have to figure it out, and as long as it works and you've got a good outcome for the patient. But yeah, we have to improvise a lot, use your imagination, and just kind of get creative and do the best we can with what we have sometimes. But we have a stretcher in there that, like I said, if we do have to transport to the hospital, we do have something for the patient to sit on. We've probably transported, what, maybe four times since we've had this truck. But I tell you what, if you'll follow me, we'll go and we'll show you the rest of the downstairs. So this is the other half of the station. If you remember earlier where I was showing you, if you come into the fire station, you have a question, Miss Carrie's sitting up at the desk and she can answer any question that you have. Also earlier I mentioned about, we have a Tahoe that's got our battalion chief. As you can see, he's not here, but this is his office where he does paperwork and scheduling and things like that. But this is his office. And then right here, this is our weight room. We're required to work out every day that we're on shift. Part of our job is physical fitness and trying to be in good shape. So we have this weight room right here. We can come in here in the afternoons after 3 p.m. And so yeah, this works pretty well for us. Is what we do in here. And these two offices, they must be out working, but these are our fire inspectors. So buildings around town, they go around and they make sure that the buildings are safe and they're doing what they're supposed to, so that when we go into those buildings, whether we're on duty or off duty or whatever, we want to make sure that those buildings are as safe as they can possibly be. So that's what they do here. If there's anything wrong, they'll let them know, and then those businesses will correct it. But that's what these two offices are. And then this is Chief Prather. This is our big boss. You can tell he's hard at work right there. This is and we've made a full loop and we're back here to Cary. Is there anything else, Bradley?
Unless they want to stay upstairs or.
This is our upstairs area. This building has 2 floors to it. Up here we have our beds. Basically, it's our bedroom, just like you have at home. The only difference here is we have tiny little walls that go around it, so it kind of gives us a little sense of privacy, but we can still see each other. But we have 2 beds. And then this is the rest of it. This is just, like I said, this is where we sleep at night. Everybody has their assigned bed. We have our lockers. We keep our spare uniforms and things like that in case we get dirty on one call. But everything, it's basically just like living at home. You've got your closet. Another thing, it's just like home. I'm sure you have to do chores for your parents. You have to clean up. You have to do all that sort of thing. Take out the trash. And we do that same thing here. When we come in the mornings, we have to clean the station. We have to check all of the equipment that's on the whatever vehicle we're assigned to. And then we vacuum, sweep, mop, all that good stuff. And then in the mornings when we get up to go home, we have to make sure our bed's made. So just like you have chores at home, we have chores that we have to do here every day. But basically that's what's up here is our, we call them sleeping quarters. This is what we would call our day room. We don't necessarily use this room as much. We've got a television. We can watch TV after 4 p.m. during the week, but we really don't spend a lot of time up here. Most of our time is spent downstairs hanging out. Like I said, going over stuff, job related, streets, whatever. But that's really all that we have upstairs. I guess Skip's ready for us.
We'll take a ride down the slide.
We take a ride down the slide on video.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll face this.
So this is we call him Skipper. His first name is Chris, and he's going to show you the process of putting on the turnout gear. This turnout gear that he's putting on, this is what we have to wear when we go into a house fire, car fire, anything like that. It keeps us safe. It keeps us from getting hurt. And like I said, the air pack that's down there on the end, this right here, this is the same thing that I was showing you in the back of the seat, to where when we go into a house and it's filled with smoke, we put that on so we're not breathing in all that bad smoke. So, of course, as you can tell, you know, this is just Chris. He's putting his gear on. He's just a normal person. I know a lot of times, or sometimes kids will get scared and they want to go hide from things that are scary to them. But if you see somebody with all this gear on, it's nothing to be scared of. It's just a regular person. It could be Chris, it could be myself, it could be Bradley, it could be whoever. The only difference is we have all this on to keep us safe, and so you don't ever want to run from us or hide from us or anything like that, because we're there to help you and we want to get you out as fast as we can. And that is it. And that is, when he's breathing, you'll hear that sound. And I know it probably sounds really scary, but like I said, this is just a normal person trying to come in and help you. It was one thing that I always tell kids. anytime you come to the fire station is, you know, with fire safety, we don't ever want to play with anything that's hot, that's going to burn us, because we don't want y'all to get hurt. So if it's hot or if it's anything that you're not even sure about at all, go find an adult. So I'll show you. So a little story about me. When I was a little bitty baby, I found a cord that was hanging off of a kitchen counter. And apparently, I guess I thought it was a good idea to grab it. Well, when I grabbed it, I pulled a pot of really, really hot water on top of me. So now, as you can see, I have scars. Some of them are harder to see than others, but I'm scarred on both arms, from here all the way down to my wrist. So that's one reason we don't want to ever play with anything hot, because we don't want y'all to wind up like I did when I was little. So like I said, if it's something that's really hot or you're unsure of, go get an adult and let the adult handle it. And if you need police, fire, or if you fall, let's say you're in your yard and you're playing, you fall off your bicycle and you get hurt, the number that you need to remember to call is 911. And you call 911, you tell them, hey, this is what happened to me, this is where I am, and then they'll send whoever they need to come make sure that you get to feeling better. Anything else you want to add, brother?
Thanks for coming and checking out our fire station and our equipment here.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Opelika firemen are some of the nicest guys I have ever met. And we want to say thank you to the Opelika Fire Department for all they did and let us have a good time today. Hey, thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next time.